don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button, smash it, crash it. Let us know you're there. Hello, I'm Ed Montgomery, aka Dr. Ed. Thank you so much for joining us right here on the Master Key Club. And you know, you can become a part of what we do. You can text us, and this is how you can get information about how to become a part of our Master Key Club. People are joining every week. All you got to do is text 713-742-2035. 713-742-2035. And follow the instructions if you've never done it. Actually, you can give online right there. And whatever amount you give, it signs you up to be a part of our Master Key Club. And I'll tell you more about that either in this broadcast or another one. But I want to get to something I was talking about last week. And it's about being woke. Yeah. Everybody is talking about wokeness. Are you woke? Are you not woke? I don't want to be woke. I want to be woke. I want to sleep. I want to stay. Oh my goodness. It is becoming more and more. But let me at least start you off here. The Master Key Club we do this, we're only a few weeks away from the election, November 8th. And so I hope all of you are going out there to vote and to do what you need to do. That's your civic duty. And I know there's some people say, well, I don't do all that kind of stuff. Get out there and vote, or you're going to lose something very precious. And people talk about they're losing their democracy, and you're going to be an autocracy, and what is Dr. Ed, all that stuff, I don't know. Well, let's first of all deal with one definition. Let's deal with this one thing. Last week we dealt with race. This week we're talking about woke. Now don't let this throw you. You may have taken in a whole bunch of information about this word woke, and I'm going to help you to kind of walk through this, navigate this minefield, or navigate these waters with these icebergs. You see the tip of them coming through the water, but you don't realize how deep these icebergs are. They can wreck your soul if you're not careful. And one thing you got to realize that there are people out there that would love to wreck your soul. Now, let me pick up from last week, and so now we got some more definitions. If you watched last week, you get some more definitions. One of the definitions we dealt with was white and black. That white and black, they're symbols more than anything. And so the question is, symbols of what? Here's what people have turned them into. It's not about color. People say, it's not about color. I'm colorblind. We're never colorblind. We see colors. And we see different shades of people. That's not the point. The point is what we have made these colors to symbolize. And in some cases, we've made white to be something that stays at the top as valuable, and as you go down and you become darker, then that means less valuable. Well, that's not true. Of course it's not true. But if you define it like that, over the years, if you began to take value from something based on, and say, I'm taking value from you, so that this is valuable, more valuable than this. Well, what is this? Let me see. This becomes green, and this becomes purple. So green is more valuable than purple. No, this becomes 6'5". This becomes 5'10". So 6'5" is more valuable than 5'10". Oh no, 6'5'4" is more valuable than 6'1". See, you can go either way. What we did is these are things that cannot be changed. White becomes more valuable than black. In other words, a black person cannot become white. White person cannot become black. So what you do is you place value on something that cannot be changed. But if you can change the definition, you can create value in one mind, devalue something in another mind, and build an entire society on how we value one thing and devalue another. And as time goes on, people begin to just accept things the way others define them. So as time goes on through the 1600s, because race has not always, we never did categorize it by race. We never looked at people or devalued or valued people by race until we were taught that. 1650, 1700s. As time goes on, you begin to create value for what is white, devalue what is black. And what's in between are trying their best not to go down to be devalued, but to be of another color, to be more valued. See how crazy this thing becomes? It becomes almost like a caste system. So, when you feel yourself being, now I'm not going to call it white supremacy at all. I'm going to, it can become white nationalism, in other words, or see yourself as this is my country, and tell the other group of people, you're just here, this is not your country. And you don't belong here, you didn't work for this, but you have to understand how this country came along with the indigenous people, the Native American people. What? This land was taken from them. People that were forced on slave ships and brought over into America, these people were used to build this country. And then you got people who were brought over out of Central America to maintain this country. Then you have the Europeans that are here, and all of this was used in order to keep that group down, in order to make this country function. When in reality, everybody contributed to this country to make it what it is great. And we actually should share it. This country, as America, should become multicultural, which is what it is. But that's what some people don't want it to be. And since some people don't want it to be, they're changing the definition. Now, here comes one of the definition changes. One of the words is woke. Now, the word woke, black folk, period, black people have been using the word woke for years. Hey, stay woke, my brother. Stay woke. This goes back. I remember this when I was a kid. This wasn't new to me when I heard the word woke. Woke means just what it is. Get up. Stop sleeping. Woke means to become aware, to open your eyes to what's going on in the world around you. What's happening with voting? What's happening with your life, my brother? What's happening with your education, my brother? Don't be asleep and thinking, hey, I don't need education. Wake up. You need to be woke concerning the need for education. You need to be woke concerning the need for your spirituality. Listen, it's not just enough to be educated in the mind. You got to feed your soul. Don't just feed your mind, feed your soul, feed your spirit. If you feed your spirit bad food, your nutrition inside of your spirit is going to be horrible, which means you can have a good mind, but a horrible attitude. You can have a good understanding, but no wisdom. So you got to feed your spirit. You got to be woke concerning the health of your body. What you put in your physical body, the fuel that you give it. Be woke, my brother, what's happening with the times. Be woke, how they're dealing with you in education. Be woke, my brother, when you understand that you're in the streets and you got to deal with, you driving down the street by yourself late at night. What you going to do when the police are there? How you going to react? How you going to handle yourself? Well, it's my right to do. Well, if you black, brother, be woke. need to be aware how you're going to deal with another culture. How are you going to deal with people when you go to school? Wake up, my brother. Know who you are inside so you don't see yourself as devalued or see yourself as devalued because somebody else says you're devalued. Wake up. That's what it's mean by being woke. That's how black people have seen it. Well, here lately, and some of this is coming out of, let me tell you this, not out of politics, as much as it's coming out of predominantly white-led churches. You heard what I said. Predominantly white-led churches. And you're hearing the definition of woke. Now, what is the definition that's coming out of woke? And I'm not talking about something I heard secretly. I'm talking about what's being told on television and Sunday after Sunday if you're in there. Their definition of woke is a group of people who are trying to make you socialist and to accept multiculturalism, the affirmation of people who are gay, LGBT, or the acceptance of critical race theory, which they call is the teaching of a history that's not true. We're teaching of black history. CRT is not the teaching of black history. That's another word we may talk about. And so Christians are being told on one side, you don't want that. They want you to be woke. They want you to accept their teaching. They want you to accept their definition. They want you to accept that's socialism. They want you, but we're not going to be woke. I don't want to be woke. We're going to fight against this wokeness. But black people are just saying woke means being aware. Google it. Hey, go ahead, try it. Google it. Not now, but when you get up there, Google it. You will notice there are 2 or 3 definitions of wokeness. Black people have never considered wokeness as some of socialism. It was just being aware, my brother. Wake up. Open your eyes. Smell the coffee. Look at the sunrise. See what's going on in your culture. See what's going on in the life around you. Come on. Don't let this world drive you. Socialist, which means you want everybody to react like you. You want everybody to be like you, except my culture. And that's what I believe. You want to talk about the devil trying to do something? That's what I believe the devil wants to see happen. And that is to accept the fact that your wokeness means socialism, that your wokeness means accept my black history or accept my Hispanic history, which is another word that was not used, or my Latinx history. Woke is very simple. Just means being aware. But if you can change the definition, and when you throw the word out woke, you can make that word woke just as negative as it is positive. Woke, meaning aware, is positive. Woke, meaning accept my culture, accepts my socialism, except you can train it and teach people how negative it is. Isn't it amazing? Take the same word, change the definition, and you can put a wedge between people. Wow. Then add black and white and teach people that race is that important, it's not a social construct. You drive another wedge between people. And after a while, you begin to separate people And when you separate people, you begin to separate a culture that could be truly an American culture. And then as you separate people, now these people who are separated are fighting constantly for their section or their piece of a pie. Put some guns in these hands. And what do you have? Whew, I shudder to think. CRT, critical race theory, huh? Well, that has nothing to do with that wokeism. We'll tell you what that means, maybe on another spot. Hey, take a moment. And those of you, as I notice many of you give, and you give online. Look, thank you so much. And if this is something that you like, share this. Hit that share button. Hit that share button. Share it. And also, if you got information, if you want to say, hey, Doc, I like what you're saying. I want to hear more. This is what Wednesday nights does. We go into these areas. Hit that comment button. Type in that comment. Subscribe to it on YouTube. I want you to be a part of this. And of course, you can connect with Master Key Club. Just hit that 713-742-2035. So in other words, stay tuned. I'll be right back. Watch this and don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. What is it when we look out in space and see all those huge planets? Yeah, I gotta admit, I have been watching all of the little spots on YouTube and things of that sort about this new, I think it's called the Webb telescope. And this telescope is looking way out into the universe. You say you believe that, Dr. Ed? Yeah, I believe it. And it's showing like our planet is sitting right on the spiral of a Milky Way of 400 billion stars. But not only that, but there are also 400 billion galaxies that have 400 billion stars each. Can you imagine how massive that is? And throughout this universe, there seems to be a flow, a harmony, a unity, a connection. I believe this is how our giving works. I don't believe we just throw giving out, or we give to something because it's a good thing to do, or it just helps other people. Those are good, those are great meaning things. But I also believe that what we give comes back to us, not necessarily in the same way we gave it, but it does come back to us. How we treat each other in relationships, how we treat our children, it comes back to us. How we treat co-workers on our job, it comes back to us. How we, as you're going down that highway, get that road rage, you pull back on it. So how we treat each other, it comes back to us. And I also believe that when you give into spiritual things, what we're doing, we say ministry, but actually it's service, because we help to serve others. We build bridges for people from one place to another, of bridges of enlightenment. So take a moment. You can use your text to give, and you can text the number that is on your screen. And as you text it, remember that what you're giving does come back to you. And it comes back in this phrase: good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will people give back into your life. They call it Luke 6:38. It's called reciprocity. It's called you sow, you reap. Some people call it karma, whatever you call it. I believe this one thing: it's coming back to you. Take a moment, give. I appreciate it. Thank you so much in advance. Look, I'm watching as things are coming in. Thank you. Look, I can see you when you give. Our software allows me to see what you do and when you do it. So I really appreciate your giving. Giving, especially right now, as you're getting closer and closer to this election, is important because we got to keep this information going. So thank you so much for what you do. Prayer speaks to eternal things above just natural things. So sometimes when you can't get things in the natural, you pray about them. Prayer means to be ability to see things spiritually and to call for it. Like, I'm going to pray over you, and I'm going to pray for your health. I pray for your peace of mind. I know these are trying times. I realize how tough these moments can be. I realize how things are heating up, elections, divisions. And on top of that, family, economics. Father, I pray for my friends. Keep holding them in your hand. Keep them whole, healthy, strong. I thank you for the specialness of who they are. Amen. And thank you, Lord, for answering that prayer. Look, see you next week. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit that